welcome back to our channel. It's been
Way too
hovering in the background, not able to get online, so that makes you want to move back to the city. As I said to the guy, Viasat can't keep to get us connected.
Yeah, we're out here in this little town. It's like a little island in the Sea of Texas.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be the next Marfa.
Yeah, it probably will be. Well, they're putting it on
Didn't
the.
last that long.
They're putting it on the art trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
It's going to be a long walk, but
Yeah, you can't
but
walk.
it's part of the
Walk.
art trail though. They have a.
Well, speaking of art trail, your art trail is growing,
Yeah.
and you just finished 2 exhibits. One lasted 6 months,
Yeah.
and the other one was a couple of weeks, but it really just sort of kicked everything into gear in San Angelo. Can you kind of like talk about that and how much artwork you actually had at the exhibits?
Well, I had 200 paintings and one of my wood sculptures at the museum, and the museum in Ozona, and I thought my throat was going funny, but and then I had 205 paintings at the Coop Gallery at the Museum of Fine Arts in San Angelo. And so at one point, both of those were running at the same time. And the one here in Ozona lasted, as you said, 6 months, but it went from April to October. And at one stage of the game, both of them were running at the same time. And I had 305 paintings on exhibit at 2 museums. And that's pretty much unheard of, especially for an artist who's an unknown painter. I haven't been doing this very long.
Well, you're getting a lot of attention, and so I just recall gathering all those paintings and trying to get them all back to the house, which was an enormous task.
Yeah,
and we had to like get other people to help us out because it was so much.
Yeah.
And
It's too much. I can't manage all these stairs that we have in the house to get them. Now the basement is completely full of paintings. My studio is completely full, and then I have another room. I imagine it used to be a bedroom or something that's completely full of paintings. One side of it is all of the Ozona collection.
It was actually the original living room.
It was the original living room of this house. Yeah,
On the
that's
second
right.
story, yeah.
And the other one was all the paint on the other wall is all the paintings stacked from the museum in San Angelo. Pretty amazing that I even have room to paint, but this is a big old house.
Well, now the whoever it is that runs the I'm forgetting his name.
Howard Taylor.
Well, Howard's leaving, but there's
No, he's still the president, and he's the other guy is
Alex.
Alex. Alex is now.
Well, anyway, they're talking about having you coming into the actual museum itself.
Yeah, rather than in the gallery, they're talking about having it. I saw the lady who is the curator for the museum and the other day, and she said, "I can hardly wait." I went by to see a painting that was a Layla painting, and it turns out the woman that did it left with it about 2 hours before I arrived. And she looked around and she said, "I can't wait to have all your paintings on these, covering all of these walls." It's a big, beautiful museum as well.
Well, what's amazing is like the color that you bring into the whole place. It just completely transforms it. If you saw the other video, I think where we left off was where you were at the Coop Gallery, and the walls were just completely full. They thought you were going to bring maybe 15 paintings maximum. And I think you brought, how many?
105.
105. I mean, it took 2 days to get all that up on the walls. But when it's all taken down, suddenly it's like,
It's a blank. It's a blank wall.
It does not look the same.
No, it
Looks
doesn't.
empty.
But
It
I
looks
hate.
empty. It looks empty.
I went to the museum here in Ozona the other day, just to pick up some bits and pieces that I'd left, and they have a new exhibit, and it's not art. And I'll tell you, the museum itself doesn't look like anything like what it what it looked like when all of my paintings were everywhere.
It was alive.
Yeah, it's actually alive.
No offense, but I mean, the exhibit now is about war.
Yeah,
Roads and all that.
it's all about veterans and
They're big here. A lot of veterans here.
yeah. Well, these are the ones who have passed on.
Yeah.
Who lost their lives during World War I, World War II, the Korean conflict, and all these different things.
There's a lot of history here. So.
Well, big time, and the whole history of this whole area, oil, and wool, and the likes of that. The house that we own now, the man made his fortune with wool. He had a deal with the U.S. Army, so he supplied them all with, wool from his different sheep. But they have all that but it's not an alive thing. I tell you, I have this thing about it goes back with my playing and my singing, everything to do with that aspect of my creative prowess. And that's, if you don't put something into it, you're not going to get anything out of it. Same goes with my painting. You can look at them and they're alive. There's a lot of emotion in them because a lot of emotion went into doing them, and
Excuse me.
so that reflects back through the painting itself. I had a woman contact me. It's been maybe 2 years now, and because every time I would do a painting, when I started, I put it up just to get some feedback, because I wasn't really confident about my what I was doing when I first started, and that's been just over 4 years ago. This woman contacted me. She said it made her break down and cry when she saw this painting, and I said, I know the exact one you're talking about because it made that happen to me, and I painted it. It was so emotional, and I couldn't tell you what the painting was about, but I know that there was a whole lot of emotion went into it, and that reflected back into it when it was finished. Somebody sees something in everything that I do in the painting. There's something that touches every person, and I don't have any that I think one is my bad or better, than the other, because they're all like children, they're all my children, and they're all equal, as far as I see it. But some of them have just got an incredible amount of, there was an input that went into them, and that's what comes back. I was reading the other day about a potter, how a potter will make a vessel and it cracks or something. He uses that same vessel again, remolds it. I do that with my paintings. Nothing gets wasted. I just paint over it and start again with something else. On top of that, and there's some of them that have 3 and 4. And I was doing some of my daily pondering one time about how Van Gogh and Monet and Renoir, how those people, it was very difficult for them to get paints and brushes and canvas and the like. So that's why they painted on wood, just anything. If I run out of canvas, and I've done it before, because I got a lot of paintings on wood. I had a neighbor who was a cabinet maker, and it was really easy for me to go over there and say, I would like a piece of wood so-and-so and by so-and-so. Or like this and that. And he said, let's measure this and let's measure that. Now, I didn't think that I was going to do so many and that I was going to be having to move them around. But it doesn't matter what that is, you know. It's like I thought about someone said that the Mona Lisa, there there was another painting under it. I went, hello. He didn't have enough canvas to do enough, so he painted over one, you know. Or there was probably one under that one and probably one under that one. You know, and that's what I do. I've decided I've got more than enough canvas done that I'm just going to paint over things that just didn't quite make my personal grade, you know.
Well, you've changed as an artist. So when you started out 4 years ago, you knew nothing. Obviously, because you paint just about every single day,
Yeah.
you're going to grow. You know, it's like learning an instrument. The more you do it, the more you grow. So that's basically.
Hey, and I'll tell you as well, I still don't know anything about it. And I want to keep it that way.
Right.
I have people who are, you know, who are, I don't know, what are masters at this? You know, they went to school and they have all of these techniques and all this stuff like that. I'm not interested in techniques or who did what and how many years ago. You know, I'm just not. I don't want somebody to try to give me any of their painting advice because that only works for them. You know, and I see, and I do a lot of research on artwork.
And people who copy other people.
Oh my goodness, I've had it happen to me. You know,
Right.
on my thing, my style influenced somebody to do something very much like mine, and then they sold it on my site.
Well,
Something was wrong with that picture.
Seen
Yeah.
quite a few people copying your work.
Yeah.
Which is, it's shocking, but it's also great because that means
Yeah.
you got something there. You've got something that, you know, that is like, we heard somebody say that the other day. Oh, I know what it was. We were watching a movie. Sean Penn was playing this great guitar player, and he didn't want to record anything because he said people are going to start copying me, which is so true. They do.
I take it as a compliment.
It is a compliment, but you weren't complimented when he was selling his work that, you
No.
know, on your page.
No, I had to take him off my side, you know. I appreciate
That's
it.
right, you're related, so it's okay.
I appreciate it, but, you know, and I'm flattered, you know, but do what I do it the way I do it. There's no way that you could copy it. I see things that look alike, a lot like my work, you know. But there are painters, is it HMW Turner? His work is awesome,
Yeah.
but they about kicked him out of the artistic community when
Hated it.
because he was the first one that came up with anything near abstract, and there was one that's a steamboat in a winter storm, and I have yet to find the boat. Okay, but what he does is like real impressive, or what he did is real impressive.
Well, I think we mentioned it before too. Like Van Gogh, people hated his work. They said it was childlike.
Yeah.
And somebody said that to you, you know. So
Oh, this woman, when I was getting started, you know, was really hit me in the right place too. Don't tell me can't or any of that stuff, because I will. But she said my painting looked like chicken scratching. And I started to go down to the feed store and get some of those chicken feet and do a painting with strictly out of chicken scratching. But I went, nah, I don't want to get down on their level, you know.
Well, I mean, to me, it's actually it's a compliment because, like I said, they dissed Van Gogh, they dissed Turner. You know, so a lot of painters have been run down for what they do.
I'm in good company.
Pollock, you know, all these people.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey, you know, you do what makes you feel good.
Yeah. That's musically as well. It's the same thing.
Well, I was going to ask you about that too. You know, like you haven't lost your love for music.
No. I've just broadened my love for creativity.
Yeah.
You know, I've just.
That's good right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we'll try to be back, but I'm telling you, we're having a hard time just staying online here, and so I don't know.
I'm sure we'll see everybody again.
The guy's gonna come out in 3 weeks.
Yeah, well,
He's already been out here, and it took 2 weeks before. Now it's 3 weeks. So
it's a slow pace, and
no, we're out in the middle of nowhere, so
it's a good place to be. It's everywhere.
I'm already out there in my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we should move to an island somewhere if we're going to be out there.
Well, we're on an island in the Sea of Texas, as I said.
No.
But anyway,
Palm trees.
I enjoyed doing this, and thank you very much. And
Sorry we've been gone so long.
yeah, we'll try to be back sooner. Appreciate everybody wondering if we're all right.
We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, everything's good. Got our new little baby in, so that's all.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot. We got a puppy as well, so we've been.
Yeah, she's a little Jack Russell shorty. She's a little bitty thing.
I'll add some of her video into
Little
this
Eddie.
podcast.
Yeah, we'll bring her into the next
She's
one.
sleeping, thank God, at the moment.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun
I'll add
around
some of
here.
her video in here if I can.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. See you later.
We'll see you later. Thank you.